instead. And Heidi doesn't like my permanent trellis for my grapes. So
that was never supposed to be permanent, Patrick.
So she requested or required me to come out and build her a new trellis for her extended grapes. We never really planned on having the grapes.
They were just for tomatoes.
This far, and they were just for tomatoes to see how well the tomatoes worked against the shop here. But anyways,
the grapevines then took it over.
These were temporary posts for our fence that rotted down, and so I was getting a few more years out of our existing fence. And finally last year, I'll take on a tour of that one these days to kind of show you how to put that together. But we have some posts that I saved from the fence project, and so I'll put a couple of posts in the ground here and put some cross members on here and get us ready for a little more sturdy crop of grapes going on. I don't know if Mama wants to add to that or not.
I will.
I'll get busy.
You can get busy. And there's Cody, curious about it all. But anyway, last time I took you out here, I just kind of, there isn't much different other than you can see the strawberries are starting to grow. That I separated out, and looks like I need to add some more horse manure or something in there. It's already settled down quite a bit. But then down below here, now that I can finally have this area in here, since it's no longer the puppy play area because they have the whole yard now, I'm going to be able to turn this area in here back into a garden. So I've decided, since this section here doesn't get tons of sun, this would be a good place for me to plant my lettuces. Once I'm no longer growing them in the greenhouse, and I can plant them out here. It's right down in this area here, and then back over there, that gets pretty decent morning sun. This actually all gets good morning sun, and but also really stays warm over there. So I'm thinking once he gets that in, and then we kind of rethread the grapevines that I did finally finish pruning back to where I want them. Through whatever he puts across there. Then underneath, I'm thinking about putting some more herbs and stuff. I used to have herbs in there, growing in there before last year when we had to make this just the area for the puppies. And we had it all closed in, and they pretty much, being puppies, just tore everything up. So I didn't worry about growing anything down low. And then of course I had to get all this stuff to put around anything I was growing in my pots to keep them out of there because I wanted to eat everything. So that's what we have going on, getting this all ready to actually grow more stuff back in here again. And I'm pretty excited because I've just been, I just keep expanding more and more. And these will make some nice sturdy posts for those grapevines. Because, yeah, the grapes, that is where they got the thickest. Like I said in my one video, they got the thickest on that thing there, that rinky-dink thing that wasn't even supposed to be for grapes in the first place. They got the heaviest there, and they pulled that whole thing over. And, yes, it was just a thrown-together temporary trellis that we're, and then if we liked it, he was going to do something more sturdy. And, yeah, like I said, the grapevines took it over last year. So, and since I'm out here, I'll show you a little bit more of what's going on. Getting my dandelions are coming along quite nicely. So they're getting, like this one here is getting pretty close to the time I'll start digging it up. But I'm going to leave these for a while longer. It's still very, very wet. As you can see down here, in the summertime, this is grass. This time of the year, it's mud, and it's very squishy. Try to walk along the sides as much as possible. But anyway, I'll be probably in another week or two digging up my dandelion roots and getting them dehydrated. And right here, you'll see all over, and it's spread. It's really kind of a neat ground cover. We got it from the neighbor, and it's all edible, and it's just full of water. I like to chew on this, eat on this stuff throughout the summer. I come out here and I'm working, and I'll pick some of this and just eat it. And I don't know what it's called. He called it a Korean lettuce, But it's like a succulent. It's very full of liquid. And then here you can see my yarrow starting to come up. Cute little yarrows. And there's a little baby one over there. I don't think it's connected. I think that's one that's from seed. So I'll be having to thin that back. I've been mostly just thinning my herbs back. Right here, you see these little red things coming up? That's the marshmallow, and that's Cody sniffing out. He sees me pointing at it. It's like, so what is it? Here, get out of there. Yeah, that's what it looks like coming up. There's some more. Let's see, right here. This is my biggest marshmallow here. This one got huge. It's got everywhere I point. But you can see the tops of these. Would you stop? Something's been eating the very tips of these, the tender little tips coming up. Now birds have a tendency to like to do that, so I'm guessing it's birds. I don't think it's slugs yet because I haven't seen the slugs coming out yet. They will be soon. But and then all along here, I'm gonna have to thin this back. Is my orange mint going crazy, and I really don't want it out that far, so I'll have to thin that back. I'm concerned that this thyme right here might not have made it. There's another one over there too that I'm not sure survived, but I see my golden oregano is coming back really nicely, and I love that stuff, so I'm very pleased. Let's see, right here, my spearmint. Let's see, right there, my spearmint's coming up. Sorry, my dog. The dog nose, I guess, is going to be at everything I try to point at. Okay, so I thought I'd also bring you out front and show you a little bit what I've been working on in between the rain. It's still very, very cold and wet, but I'm not done cleaning that up. It looks a little goofy right now, but I kind of think this one looks cute. It looks like a little tree. I just need to clean up the bottom of that. I've been thinning it back, and then I'll take the hedge trimmers and prune those down a little bit, because Pat says we should take them out, but I'm not ready to do that yet. I just think this is cute. But anyway, so that was back to there, this whole area. So what I've been doing is coming out here, laying cardboard and paper, and then piling it. So from back there up to here is all new. You can see right about where the edge of that pipe thing is. Right there is the old area. And then this all here is new this year. So what I'm going to do this year is put right back in here. I'll be planting some popolo and some ashwagandha, and then a few other herbs, pretty, flowers like the nasturtiums and anything, calendula, anything that can add some bright colors. And then right here is going to be my zucchini. And then along this edge here and coming down, all the way down, I'm going to put some more strawberries. So right along the edge, though it won't be right away because I'm still thinking about expanding out even farther. So that area went from about right there to here. I've expanded it a little bit more since I last took you on this little tour here, and then cleaned this up or added some more here. And then you see this big mess here. Here's all the branches from my shrubs, and then the cedar, a bunch of cedar branches and ash tree branches. That actually, just taking these branches out here gave us a lot more light in here. Even with it being cloudy right now, I can tell it's a lot brighter in here than it was. So I'm sure I'll have plenty of sun, because right where I'm standing, this whole area here in the midsummer is going to be just the sun's directly overhead, and so there's nothing blocking it now like those trees, because those are like those branches, because they came all the way across here. Those ones that he took out, I mean, not kidding. And so just taking those branches out opened up this whole area here for the sun to get down in here. So I do believe my zucchini will do really good right here, and so it'll be nice to actually have garden, real like edible stuff growing out here besides just the stinging nettle and a couple of herbs and stuff down there. So, but yeah, it's sort of a straightish line, which I really don't want. So I'm thinking it's just kind of boring, a straight line. So I'm kind of thinking I might still bring this out a little bit more and then scoop it in and then scoop it back out again like that, just so it has some nice contour. We'll see. I don't know. I'm still kind of working with it. I still have, Patrick brought me 2 more bucket loads of horse manure, and I still have, I used a whole bunch of that up, and then I still have a bunch left here. But I will make use of all this, and I'm sure I'll have him bring me more. And so the strawberries at the base of the peach tree are doing good. Coming along nicely, liking that horse manure. And I'm seeing some life on the peach tree. Let's see. Okay, let me get a good angle here. Okay, so let me pull this down. You see that? My peach tree is going to survive, it would seem. Now the question is whether or not it'll actually get fruit. Okay, so that's what's going on. We're getting things cleaned up more and more while we can between the raindrops. That's what it's like this time of year. See, today is March 18th. And it rains a lot in March and April, and so we have to do what we can. Potatoes I want to get in the ground probably, I usually shoot for March 31st or April 1st. I can't go earlier. I can't go St. Patrick's Day because it's just too darn wet and it drowns the potatoes. Same thing with the peas. They could go in earlier, but they just drown. So anyway, looking at the sky, it was totally clear when we first came out here a little while ago, and now it is full of clouds. So what we have is Rain Country Homestead Lake. Yeah, this is where the boys used to, what they used to use is their makeshift swimming hole in the spring and in the fall. So anyway, what's going on is the guys are gathering up all these branches we've been pruning. Getting all those limbs loaded up into our dump truck there, and we'll just make a trip to the dump. It's only like $10. It's a lot easier to do that than to worry about trying to burn it all, because it would take a while in our little burning pit. I wanted to show you one last thing is that this old pot here, I was using it for something else for a long time ago, but Patrick built that for me years ago for a planter for flowers or whatever, and this is before I got big into gardening, and I forgot I had it. And so I pulled it out the other day and got it filled full of soil and horse manure, and those are my bogs. And so this is the front deck. So I'm going to see if I can have Patrick make me another one of these and then put it down here on this other side under our front window. Maybe even a few more of these, and then I can put some more herbs and stuff in these right out here. More pansies and whatnot, because I love pansies and all the many things I can do with them. But yeah, and if those look like child size, those are child size, because that's the size that I wear and shoe. So I had to get those in the boys, because I don't like the girl ones. They're too girly. I like the camo ones. Well, that's about it for what's going on around the homestead for now, at least today. So just wanted to take you on a little vlog. Thanks for watching. Take care, and God bless.